Beauty killed more women than war in the Middle Ages. Behind the silks and jewels of noble courts, beneath the layers of powder and perfume, lay a secret far darker than any battlefield. Women desperate to be admired, adored, or even just accepted, willingly poisoned their bodies, scarred their skin, and risked an early grave. All for beauty. Tonight, we uncover the deadly truths of medieval beauty rituals, the hidden dangers of a world where looking perfect was worth dying for. In medieval courts, pale skin was the ultimate mark of beauty. A ghostly porcelain white face signaled wealth, privilege, and the freedom to stay indoors away from labor under the sun. But how was this look achieved? By smearing lead-based makeup directly onto the skin. This deadly mixture, known as Venetian ceruse, slowly poisoned women over months and years. The lead corroded the skin, causing sores, wrinkles, and scars. But instead of stopping, women only applied more to cover the damage. It was a vicious cycle, an addiction to beauty that guaranteed disfigurement and often death. Historians have traced countless cases of noble women wasting away, their faces rotting beneath layers of paint. The tragedy? Their beauty, admired in the short term, became the very poison that destroyed them. Before the famous whalebone corsets of later centuries, medieval women already experimented with tightly bound garments to achieve an unnatural narrow waistline. These bindings crushed the ribs, restricted breathing, and shifted internal organs. Doctors of the time warned against fainting fits and miscarriages caused by constricted torsos. Yet in ballrooms and banquet halls, women competed to see who could appear the slimmest. It was a beauty contest where the prize was admiration, and the cost could be lifelong organ damage, complications in childbirth, or even sudden death from suffocation. In a time when hairless, smooth skin was considered the epitome of refinement, women turned to one of the deadliest substances on earth, mercury. Mercury-based ointments and baths were used to remove unwanted hair from the face and body. While effective in stripping follicles, they also stripped health. Mercury seeped through the skin, damaging the nervous system and leading to tremors, hallucinations, and slow, painful deaths. Ironically, the substance was also used by alchemists who sought immortality. Yet here it was being spread across the skin, traded for a fleeting illusion of beauty. To stay slim, noble women often embraced extreme diets that bordered on self-destruction. Some survived on little more than wine-soaked bread, while others consumed dangerous herbal concoctions believed to purify the body. One particularly lethal practice was the use of arsenic water. Women drank small amounts believing it would make their skin glow. Instead, it corroded their insides. Chronic starvation also devastated their health. Weak bones, infertility, and early deaths became tragically common. In societies where a woman's worth was often tied to her appearance, they willingly destroyed their bodies to maintain an illusion of perfection. In the late Middle Ages, the ideal woman was imagined with a high, domed forehead. To achieve this, women plucked out their hairline, sometimes even their eyebrows, strand by strand. Chronic infections, scarring, and disfigurement were common side effects, but fashion dictated obedience. A broad, bald forehead symbolized refinement, while a natural hairline was dismissed as crude or unattractive. In paintings from the 14th and 15th centuries, you can still see this haunting look. Elegant women with shining bare foreheads, smiling for eternity in portraits that conceal the agony of their daily rituals. To lighten their hair or skin, women sometimes turned to mixtures of vinegar, quicklime, or even human urine. These substances burn the skin and cause permanent damage. Yet achieving golden hair or luminous white cheeks was worth enduring burns, infections, and chemical scars. To the outside world, these women appeared as radiant icons of courtly beauty. But beneath the surface, their bodies told a different story, a story of torment written in sores, scars, and sickness. Perhaps the most infamous of all medieval beauty secrets came from a poisonous flower, the deadly nightshade. Women squeezed drops of its extract, known as belladonna, directly into their eyes. The effect? Their pupils dilated, creating what poets called a doe-eyed look, soft, vulnerable, and seductively beautiful. But the cost was blindness. Regular use of belladonna permanently damaged the optic nerves, leaving many women with blurred vision or total loss of sight. Some even died from poisoning as the toxins seeped into the bloodstream. Beauty here was not just blinding metaphorically, it literally robbed women of their sight. In the cutthroat world of medieval courts, beauty could determine survival. A noble woman's appearance often dictated her marriage prospects, her alliances, and even her influence over kings. To fall short of fashion's demands could mean disgrace, abandonment, or political exile. For some, beauty was their only weapon in a world where power rested firmly in men's hands. Queens and mistresses alike wielded beauty like armor, enduring poison, pain, and disfigurement just to remain visible, desirable, and relevant in the brutal chess game of medieval politics. The tragedy is clear. What looked like vanity was often desperation, forced by the ruthless standards of society. Medieval Christianity condemned vanity as a sin, yet paradoxically celebrated the beauty of noble women in art, literature, and ritual. Clerics warned women that cosmetics were tools of the devil, deceptions that lured men to lust. But the same church commissioned paintings of immaculate, pale-skinned Madonnas and saints, setting impossible standards of purity and perfection. Caught between salvation and damnation, women lived in a constant paradox. They were scolded for seeking beauty, yet punished socially if they failed to embody it. This moral trap ensured that women felt compelled to risk everything, even their souls, for an appearance that was never truly their own. Outside the courts and cities, whispers of forbidden beauty rituals grew. Women turned to apothecaries, wise women, and even so-called witches for potions that promised eternal youth or irresistible allure. Many of these mixtures contained toxic herbs, henbane, hemlock, or mandrake, plants capable of hallucinations, organ failure, or death. The risk was twofold, not only poisoning, but also accusations of witchcraft. In an era of fear and superstition, a woman caught with suspicious powders or potions could be branded a sorceress, burned at the stake for nothing more than trying to look beautiful. When we think of medieval history, we often imagine battles, knights, and kings. But behind castle walls, another war was being fought, on the bodies of women. The pale face, the narrow waist, the hairless skin, the shining eyes, all symbols of elegance, were in truth symptoms of suffering. These women weren't simply pampering themselves. They were enduring lifelong harm to meet standards set by men, by courts, by religion, and by art. Every drop of belladonna, every smear of lead, every plucked hairline is a reminder of how dangerous beauty can become when survival depends on it. Centuries have passed, but the story is not over. We no longer smear lead on our faces or bathe in mercury, but modern beauty still comes with hidden costs. Toxic chemicals in cosmetics, dangerous diet trends, plastic surgeries gone wrong. The tools have changed, but the obsession remains. The medieval woman risking blindness with belladonna or death with arsenic is not so different from today's influencer chasing perfection at any cost. History, then, is not just a curiosity, it is a mirror. And the reflection is asking us, how much are we willing to suffer for beauty? If you found this journey into the dark history of beauty eye-opening, don't let it vanish into silence. Share it. Subscribe to our channel for more untold stories where we uncover the shadows behind the past. And leave a comment. Which medieval beauty ritual shocked you the most? Because in the end, remembering these sacrifices may be the only way to stop history from repeating itself.